Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Errol Spence and Chris Eubank. Look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And according to Steve Kim with the 3 knockdown rule, he states that Errol Spence is now in play for Canelo Alvarez. So a potential Canelo-Errol Spence fight is possible. That fight is being discussed at the PBC in Canelo. And what's interesting is, even though Errol Spence is lined up to fight Sebastian Fundora at 154 pounds, that fight can be pushed to the side, and a Canelo-Spence fight can be made if Canelo Alvarez gives the green light and makes the fight happen. So a Canelo-Errol Spence fight is being discussed with the PBC. It is in play according to Steve Kim and a 3 knockdown rule. So that fight is a potential fight that's on the table for Canelo Alvarez right now. In addition to that fight, according to Dan Raphael, Michael Benson, and Talk Sports, Canelo Alvarez versus Chris Eubank remains in talks. So they're still in talks right now. And, you know, it looks like Canelo Alvarez is very interested in a potential Chris Eubank fight. According to Dan Raphael, Edgar Berlanga is still in play, so no one has been eliminated as of yet. You still have Edgar Berlanga. You still have Chris Eubank Jr. You still have, Errol Spence Jr. So you have 3 fights that are on the table: Edgar Berlanga, Errol Spence, and Chris Eubank Jr. And let me be the first to say that none of these fights are pay-per-view worthy. And I'm just going to keep it 100% honest and unbiased. And the only guys that'll come out and say, oh, Edgar Berlanga fight is what the fans want. Oh, Chris Eubank fight is what the fans want. And Errol Spence fight is what the fans want. Those are not boxing fans. Those are not even Canelo fans. Those are dick eaters. Because a true boxing fan, a true Canelo fan, would want to see him challenge himself, would want him to see him to fight a better level of opposition. And regardless of what you think of David Benavidez sleeps Edgar Berlanga. He sleeps Errol Spence, and he sleeps Chris Eubank. I don't think that Canelo Alvarez fight any of these guys makes any sense to me. The better fight is Canelo Benavidez, in my opinion, and that's just me. Now, look, if all of these rumors are true, and Canelo Alvarez really are looking at, Edgar Berlanga, Chris Eubank, and Errol Spence as his next potential fight, if those are his candidates for his next fight, and all of these things are really true, the Canelo Alvarez that we knew is gone. The Canelo that was fearless. The Canelo that would let his nuts hang. The Canelo that would fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. That Canelo's gone. The Canelo saying that I want to be great. Because you can't be great fighting Chris Eubank. You can't be great fighting Edgar Berlanga. You can't be great at this point fighting a shot Errol Spence. Even talking to these guys makes no sense. And honestly, if this is the new version of Canelo Alvarez, if this is all true and this is what he's really looking to do, Canelo Alvarez is garbage truck juice, and only a dick eater would defend this.